Good evening. The state television company Western Armenia represents the most important events of these days. Today's broadcast. Interview with the Speaker of the Parliament of the Republic of Western Armenia, Leonardo Basmajin. Bodies of over 400 Armenian servicemen are already retrieved and exchanged, Artsakh ombudsman. Russian peacekeepers demine more than 2 hectares of land and about 3 kilometers road. Armenian Foreign Minister and France Secretary of the State discussed Nagorno-Karabakh. We have formed an anti-Turkish front with Egypt, France and Greece, Foreign Minister of the United Arab Emirates. 250 T-shaped columns found in the ancient Karahantepe hill of Western Armenia. In a conversation with Western Armenia TV, National Assembly Speaker of the Republic of Western Armenia, Leonardo Basmajin, presented the goals of the visit to Armenia and future plans in French, especially for the French-speaking audience. Before arriving in Armenia, Mr. Basmajin thought that the war would continue for a long time. He planned to organize the supply of necessary items to the Armenian soldiers after studying the situation on the spot. However, due to the situation, he decided to transfer money to the army. Mr. Basmajin told about his desire to visit Artsakh in order to get acquainted with the current situation in Artsakh and the problems of Artsakh Armenians. The interview is available in our official YouTube channel. Artsakh Ombudsman Agatangeghos presented the situation regarding the captives and the missing within the framework of an online discussion. He noted, "The authorized state bodies, first of all the commissions of the prisoners and missing persons of the Ministry of Defense, have to do their utmost to return the bodies of the fallen and the captives and to find out the fate of the missing. The Azerbaijani side deliberately and criminally delays the process, at the same time constantly publishing new videos attesting to the inhuman treatment of Armenian prisoners of war and civilians, aiming to deepen the internal tension and suffering of the Armenian society. The bodies of more than 400 Armenian servicemen have already been retrieved and exchanged from various places, including from Shushi, Martuni, Karmitshuka, Matagis, Vank village of Hadrut. The state-authorized bodies have to communicate effectively as possible about the current work and the results of the captives and the missings with the whole society." Specialists from the Humanitarian Demining Center of the Russian Ministry of Defense in Nagorno-Karabakh cleared more than 2 kilometers of the road in the southern part of Stepanakert from explosives. The website of the Ministry of Defense of Russian Federation spread message about this. In one day, 87 explosive devices were found, which were taken to a special area and were destroyed. In total, during the peacekeeping mission in Nagorno-Karabakh, engineering units demined more than 2 hectares of land, about 3 kilometers of roads, found and neutralized 144 explosive devices, the statement reads. Armenia's Minister of Foreign Affairs Agatangeghos met with Jean-Baptiste Lemoyne, Secretary of State at the Ministry of Europe and Foreign Affairs of France. The head of the delegation accompanied the humanitarian aid flight sent from France to Armenians of Artsakh. During the meeting, the Armenia's Foreign Minister and the French Secretary of State stressed the urgency of the taking steps to address the humanitarian crisis in Artsakh, to ensure conditions for the displaced Artsakh Armenians to return to their homeland and to protect their rights. Minister Agatangeghos pointed to Turkey's expansionist ambitions in the South Caucasus, assessing them as major factor to undermining regional security and stability. Agatangeghos and Jean-Baptiste Lemoyne exchanged views on addressing the rights and interests of the Armenians of Artsakh within the framework of the OSCE Minsk Group co-chairs. In the context, Foreign Minister Agatangeghos underscored the recognition of the right of the people of Artsakh to self-determination as a necessary condition for building a free, safe and dignified future in their historical homeland. The Foreign Minister of the United Arab Emirates, Anwar Gargash, stated that they have formed an anti-Turkish front in the Eastern Mediterranean in cooperation with Egypt, France and Greece. Answering the questions on Turkey and the United Arab Emirates relations at the Mediterranean Dialogues Forum, he noted that the reasons for adopting such a position is that Turkey interferes in the internal affairs of the Arab world. In order to overcome the regional influence of radical countries such as Turkey and Iran, we have positioned ourselves in areas where we have no geostrategic traditional interests, he said. 250 T-shaped columns were found on Karahantepe hill, 35 kilometers away from the 12,000-year-old historic Portasar hill in Western Armenia. The excavations program is now continuing in an intensive mode. The Ministry of Culture and Tourism stated that the Karahantepe will probably become an even more prominent place than Portasar. Speaking about the differences between Karahantepe and Portasar, the minister said, "Both are different, that is, dual entrances were used. The entrance starts from one place and goes out to another place. We found 250 columns arranged in a circle where large ceremonies were held." Now let us present to your attention a song by Sasnat Zarer. You can find the whole version of the song in the official page of Western Armenia TV. This was all for today. Goodbye.